Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wellbeing Wednesdays. And today we are going to talk about different life hacks to help bring you more joy. And remember, as we go through the different life hacks that bring us joy, I love to teach roundtable. So if you want to join in and share any of your life hacks that bring you joy, I'm happy to share that with everyone who's logged in today as well. And remember, our joy frequency, when it comes to vibration and frequency, joy frequency and abundance frequency are on the same level. So when we have more joy, we have more abundance in our life in general. So it's really important to have different things that help you to increase your joy. And it looks like we have Kathy on. Hello, Kathy. I super love you. So glad that you were able to log in today. And feel free to share some of the things that bring you joy. I know one of the things that we both really enjoy is allowing ourselves to dance. So believe it or not, if you have even just a very small space, enough where you can jump a little bit, rebounding and different dancing and things where your feet are going on and off of the ground is actually very good for your energy system, and it helps you to reset your energy system. Hello, Jess. I super love you. I'm so glad that you were able to log on tonight too. And if you missed what I said earlier, if you have any life hacks that you use to help bring in joy, feel free to share them here and I'll share them with the group. So one of the other things along with the dancing is music. So oftentimes, hello Samantha, I'm so excited that you caught me live too. I'm so excited that you guys are all on. Thank you so much for coming on. And as I was telling everyone, we're going through different things that bring us joy and how to kind of hack your life and be able to pull from joy quickly so that you can increase your vibration and match that abundance frequency. And don't forget, prosperity and abundance is all things. So it's not just money. I always like to say joy is the new currency because you cannot buy happiness. But abundance is also love, it's success, it's whatever you want to create in your best self energy. So with that, the music piece I find to be very important. So if I have a meeting or if I have somewhere that I'm going that I want to try to go in and be really clear-headed, I'll often play dancey grounding music on my way there to help me get all the energy out, and then maybe switch it over to a more mellow music right before I go in to really ground me before I get in there. So that's another way that you can do it. And one of my favorite ways, and I've mentioned this on past videos, is to do a steam bath, or in fact, my personal story, last night I did a foot spa bath because I didn't have time to do the whole tub that I planned on doing. So I just got a little basin, filled it with water and Epsom salt, and soaked my feet. And let's not forget, reflexology is real, and we have centers in our feet attached to all the organs in our body. So doing a simple foot spa bath can really help you, and it can really change your energy. And when you add some Epsom salt, or you can also use Himalayan salt, I interchange them. Sometimes I'll use a little both, and actually baking soda is very good as well. If you use that combination, it actually pulls out physical toxins as well as energetic toxins. So it leaves you feeling lighter after you've done it. And you can do it for only 15 or 20 minutes while you're doing something else if you're just sitting with the foot spa. So I wanted to share that. It really lifted my vibration last night when I had a lot of work I needed to get done for the business before I went to my other job in the morning. So it worked really well. And another piece that I wanted to share with you is, believe it or not, one of the best ways to raise your vibration is to share something that you really love with somebody else. So what that means is, if you know that somebody really, really, really loves, we'll use chocolate cake for an example. So somebody absolutely loves chocolate cake, and you have two pieces of chocolate cake. One of them looks really perfect and the other one is almost perfect. Guess which one will raise your vibration if you give it away? My friend and I were working with this, and we noticed that when you give away the better piece, the nicer piece of anything, or something that you're not using, even if you really love it, if you're not using it and it's not getting the love back, when you gift that to somebody and watch their whole face light up without any expectation, that lifts your vibration huge. On that note, if you do a random act of kindness, I can't tell you how many times I'll order a coffee and then leave a $5 bill, or just little tiny things that will really help somebody and really kind of shift their consciousness that there are nice people left in the world. When you do that, I have a friend and I that we secret gift, and we literally get so excited. We're like, "Mwah," and we go crazy because it's just so much fun. We're like, "Oh my God, I hope they didn't see us." So, it's all kindness, and it really lifts your vibration when you do random acts of kindness for people. And another piece I find is plant energy. So plants and animals both have wonderful energy. So not all of us are allowed to have animals around us. If you can, I highly suggest it. But the plant energy is also a living being. So you can really work with the plant to give and receive energy from each other and really appreciate each other. When you start getting into that zone, you're going to notice the plant responding, because it will. The more love and attention you give it, the better it will grow for you. And another piece I like to do is pull from a fun memory. So I'll grab one of the most fun times in my life and kind of put it in my memory bank if I know I'm going into a tough situation. And anytime I feel the energy around me dipping, I'll go in and pull from that experience and remember how much fun I was having. And remember, when it comes to inside of your mind, despite what's going on outside of you, we always have a choice every now moment to pick love or fear. Love is the opposite of fear. So if you choose love energy every now moment for highest good, you're going to notice your baseline vibration increasing. Because when you choose love as like a 10 vibration over fear, which is like a 1 vibration, you're going to be attracting in that abundance that you're looking for. So remember, always choose love in the face of fear. So if you're really, really, really fearful about something, sit down with yourself and remind yourself that in the now moment you're okay. And that will help you to start to shift your baseline. And remember, when you're by yourself especially, you choose your vibration. If you notice yourself dipping, do one of your life hacks to lift up the joy. And also, don't ignore feelings. It's very, very important. If you start to dip, you do want to acknowledge it. And you do want to feel it all the way through. So what that means is that something comes up, step back and kind of observe the feeling. Try not to beat yourself up, especially if this is something you've been working on for a while and you're thinking, why is this coming up again? This is part of the process. So when it comes up, give yourself love and be real honest with yourself. Ask yourself the first time you felt that, and then see if you can pinpoint when in this earth experience that you first felt this way, and go back and heal it from that point. Let's not forget, anything that we experience in a repetitive cycle, all that means is that you've been given the opportunity to react in a certain way, and so far you've chosen fear. Once you start to choose love and heal through it and forgive everybody, including yourself, you will start to raise your internal vibration automatically. And you're going to be able to raise your baseline automatically so that when the situation comes up, you remind yourself that you are a superhero for springboarding off of that lesson into your ascension and growth process. So remember, if we're not going through lessons, we're not growing. So never fear the lesson. So with that, I will pick a couple cards for anybody who is interested today. Is there anyone who would like to write if you would like me to pull a card for you right now? And while I'm waiting for that, I will pull a general reading for the evening. I love this one. Exercise. I have the unicorn deck here, and the exercise card comes up also to help us raise our vibration. I love how the guides help me with these things. Also, love heals fear. That's the next card on the deck. I can't make this stuff up. So, with that, exercise, like I was talking about the dancing, when you're moving your body, you're moving your energy. Therefore, stuck, trapped energy has an opportunity to get out of you. And you also have an opportunity when you're exercising and expending that energy, you have an opportunity to shift from fear into love and tackle whatever it is that you have going on head on without fear. Because your higher self would not have set up anything for you that your higher self didn't think that you could do. So remember, your higher self set up your soul contract and your plan. So when you are down here, never fear that you can't handle something. Springboard off of it. Heal yourself and feel the joy that's on the other side of that. It also opens up your gifts stronger when you remove the fear blocks. And Jessica, I will pick a card for you. Ooh, this one came flying out. Oh, I love this. This is the healer card. So this is saying that you are a natural healer. And I know from meeting you and hanging out with you that your energy and your confidence in who you really are is absolutely inspiring. And that even in itself is healing. And the guides are saying, actually, this was on the other part of the deck, and it's saying very soon. And they were just saying that if you wanted to look into some different healing modalities to help others, you would be very good at that. Their guides are talking about using distance Reiki, and a lot of times we automatically use these things because they come with our avatar suit. So even if you might not have studied something in particular, if you're always sending pure energy from your heart out to others to lift them up, people feel that, and that's healing. So that is really beautiful. And I'll pick one more card for you. Ooh, the cards are flying out of the deck. All right, hold on. Oh, I love this. You have a happy surprise. And the words on the bottom of this card say that something very good is about to happen. And hello and goodbye. Hello to the new best version of yourself and all of the energies around you. And goodbye to anything that no longer serves your highest good. And it's talking about your creativity. Create yourself any way that you want to. And I also love this card. Look at the beautiful, beautiful horses running made out of aqua. And look at how relaxed the fairy is with all that amazing power behind her. So remember, you have all this power behind you to be your true self. Harness it. Never be afraid of it. Be a part of it. And I remember before Kathy had wanted me to pick a card, so I'll do a quick card for you. And Sam, I can do one for you too if you want. And I called you Sam. I don't know if you go by Sam or Samantha, but thank you for logging in. I can't wait to meet you in person. Oh, this is so beautiful. Kathy, this is for you. I love this so much. Believe in yourself. So simple yet so profound. Believe in yourself. Believe in your journey. And remember, we can only be the sun and give light. We can't fix anyone or anything, but we can lead by example in love and help people by how we're reacting to situations, show them how they can react to situations. The guides are also saying that you have a healing within the home coming up or some sort of shift within the home. And there wasn't a card for that. That's just them. So I wanted to share that with you. And Sam, I am going to pick you a card. Shuffle these puppies. Okay, so the water card came up twice, but the guide said that's not the final card, but they wanted me to show you. So when we hydrate, let's not forget water is a conduit. So the more water we have within us, remember our body's made up of mostly water. This dimension is made up of mostly water. So when we want to connect with the other side and get pure source information, and not so much out of the riffraff realm, but out of pure source energy, which I can explain later. I do have another video on the dimensions, and I'll be doing a retake of that as well. But when we want to work with the highest form of energy, water is a great way to do it. So sometimes I'll even be drinking water at the beach and just channeling. So never forget the immense power of water. Also, the steam baths and the foot baths, it's all water connected. And practice. As we practice and turn ourselves into our best self, we're able to perfect ourselves. And remember, there's really no such thing as perfect in the earth realm. We're in a constant flow of change. That's why it's really important to let the emotions go through us and try not to hold on to them. Just kind of observe them. But with us practicing and being our best selves, also remember all dimensions exist at the same time. So our best self version already exists in the earth realm. We just have to match our frequency to who that is. So the trick to that is to follow your intuition and say, okay, so I'll give myself as an example. I was like, okay, well, in my ideal world, in my best self, I exercise regularly, I take care of myself, I nurture myself. For a long time, I would cook for others, but I wouldn't take the time to cook for myself. And I noticed as I tried to shift, or I should say, as I started to shift into my best self, which is always a work in progress, it keeps going. It doesn't really ever quite stop. We just keep purifying, especially as the fourth and the fifth dimensional chakras come in. So as you're going through that, remember, you want to take steps, and it can be baby steps to be your best self now. So if you have any bad habits that you really wish you didn't have, take steps to not do that. For many years, I was always a little bit late. I felt like I was frantic, a single mom running around in a million different directions, trying to run a business and working. It was intense. But then I would always end up being late. But that wasn't my best self because I always felt bad about being late. So if there's something that you want to change about yourself, change it now. And if there's something that you want to learn, if there's a new modality you want to learn, actually, Sam, for you, the guides are saying that you're going to be creating your own modality. So that means that, for example, I create a lot of different types of divination. I've had some doozies of interesting ones. My newest one is actually a top that you spin that has a marker on it that draws out a design, and then I work with the guides to interpret the design for you. So literally we can create anything. Remember, any divination tool doesn't read the future, it just reads what dimension you're in with your energy frequency on the inside, because all dimensions exist. So the guides are saying that you're actually going to be creating a modality to help others. So they're not giving me a lot of detail on it, but they said that you already have an idea what that is. So super cool for you. I love it. With that, is there anybody else who would like me to pull a card today? I'll do one more for the collective and then I'll log off. I hope that you all are feeling your joy, and I hope that you all are able to make, and I'm not even kidding you, when we're stuck in that like fight or flight response in our day-to-day life, if you have 5 things to pull on, you can pull yourself out of the fight or flight and back into your flow. Because remember, fight or flight's not flow. So whenever that comes up for us, it's really important to have those things to pull on so that you can balance out that energy. This one is family culture. So for everybody, the soul family culture is really important. And I did forget to mention that. It is on my list here. When we connect with people in our soul family, they get us. They get where we're coming from. If you're a light worker, your intentions are amazing, but you feel like you're misunderstood, other light workers normally will understand you. So think about who's in your soul family. Sometimes it's physical family, sometimes it's friends. Sometimes it's acquaintances that turn into friends. There is an immense amount of soul family. And the guides do want me to mention one other piece. Anyone that you have contact with here in the earth realm, whether it's to go through a lesson or whether it is to do something fun together, they're all part of your soul family. They incarnated to play an actor or actress role with you so that you could grow your spirit for ascension growth. When we grow our spirit and when we're able to heal from the lesson so that it stops repeating, I'll do a quick example. Recently, I just had to heal a safety line, which affected how I was dealing with all men in my life. Very interesting. That was a long, long time that was stuck in there. And it was so stuck in there that I ended up getting a stalker. Honestly, it was just from that first time. And if we don't heal it completely and we let it linger, it'll just keep repeating over and over and over. So I'm actually breaking free of that, which is beautiful. So we can all break free of whatever our hardest lessons are. The safety issue ended up causing a victim line for me, where I would be interacting with people and almost going to a victim mentality consciousness. And it was only recently that I actually was able to pull this out and work on it through a few different interactions with people and start really releasing it and getting rid of it. And remember, it takes as long as it takes. So if you're actively, consciously working on it, you're going to lift up that base vibe. Since I started attacking it really consciously, I have been able to do things that I wasn't able to do a few months ago without fear. So it's really cool. So remember, anyone that you incarnate to go through a lesson with, on the other side, they're probably one of your best friends, especially if it's a really hard lesson. So you don't have to talk to the human. The human might not even know they have a higher self. But do yourself a favor and clear your own frequency and forgive them, understanding that their higher self doesn't have any of the bad human qualities that you're witnessing here in the earth realm. And the guides also want me to say there really is no good or bad. It's really just stuck or flowing energy. And when you take the good or bad out of it, then you're able to look at everybody with more compassion and just understand that they probably have an energy line from something that happened to them that's making them behave in a certain way. So have compassion for them. Remember, you can't fix them, but you can be nice to them. And sometimes silence is important too, but we never have to be mean. So that's really the message here, is that if you notice yourself having an off reaction, just recognize it and work on yourself. And remember to forgive everyone involved, because anyone that you've had lessons with here in the earth realm, they are part of your group on the other side. So once we understand all these things, earth is a lot easier to operate. Once I started getting rid of the safety issue, right before that I was getting rid of having excess weight. And then once I healed the excess weight, which I did through loving my body the way it was, and then it naturally came off. It's still coming off, but it's very easy. It's not work. The abundance came in. I honestly don't even know how that happened. But the universe is amazing. So, and now the safety line. So I don't know what my next line is going to be yet. Hopefully I'm pretty close to done, but we're kind of never done. So just remember, let yourself go through the process and try not to judge others as they're going through it. And as you lift your baseline vibration, you're going to notice people that don't match this frequency will gently fall away a little bit, or maybe you don't interact as often. But it's not personal and it's nothing against them. You'll just notice how you feel. Notice how you feel when you're around certain people. If you leave somebody and you feel really drained and you feel like you don't want to hang out with them again, pay attention to that. If you leave someone and you feel like you're walking on cloud nine and that you just had the most wonderful time in the world, pay attention to that. Because your frequency will attract in your tribe. So if you get into a habit of complaining a lot, you're going to attract in other people who complain a lot, and then you'll both snowball into that lower dimensional frequency. If you hang out with somebody, and let's say that you complain a lot, but they don't, and they notice that you're complaining and they try to switch it, it's not their job to fix us, but by being the sun, they can mirror a different way to be. So if you're complaining and they say, "Oh yeah, I try not to focus on that." I've had that happen to me in the past in work situations, and I was like, "Ooh, point taken. I got called out." So just have fun with it. And remember, it's just flow or stuck energy. So try to get yourself flowing and be the sun, and you'll be all set. I hope everyone has a great night. Thank you so much for logging in. And I will be doing my next one next week. I'm also going to try to do it on Instagram at the same time. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I am Readings by Marilyn. And there's a picture of my business card next to my face so you can tell which account it is. Well, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking with you all soon. Namaste.